Hi children, welcome back to science class. Today we are going to study about how plants prepare their own food. Leaves are the food factories of plants. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach the leaf. Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the roots and transported to the leaves. Carbon dioxide from air taken through the tiny pores present on the surface of leaves. These pores are surrounded by guard cells. Such pores are called stomata. So, plants are autotrophs as you have studied in the previous video, and in plants, leaf is that organ which is considered to be kitchen. Because it prepares food over there with the raw materials like water and minerals which are absorbed by roots and transported to the leaves, where from the atmosphere carbon dioxide gas and sunlight which activates chlorophyll. Without this, leaves cannot prepare food. Now, from where do the leaves exchange gases? The guard cells, that is, there are pores present in leaves और उस pores को कहते हैं stomata. These pores are surrounded by guard cells which helps the pores or stomata to exchange, that is, take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. At the same, it can give away oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. Now this oxygen, from where does it come in the plants? During photosynthesis, during the chemical reactions, when the starch is getting ready, that time oxygen is released, and that oxygen the plants doesn't keep it in itself, it throws it out through these pores which are called stomata. Even water, excess amount of water is also given away by the leaves, and this process is called transpiration, because continuously roots absorb minerals and water, but after certain time, after the use of water, the excess amount of water is thrown away by the leaves of the plants. As I said, it is considered as transpiration. Let's move forward. Water and minerals are transported to the leaves by vessels which run like pipes throughout the root, the stem, the branches and the leaves. जैसे आपने देखा होगा आपके घर में, अगर 2 मंजिला घर है, 1 मंजिला घर हो, जो भी हो, आपके बेसमेंट टैंक से पानी ऊपर तक चढ़ाने के लिए, ओवरहेड टैंक पे चढ़ाने के लिए क्या यूज़ होता है? पंप और पाइपलाइन विच गोज़ अप एंड द अदर सीरीज ऑफ पाइप विच कम्स डाउन. जो ऊपर जाता है वो क्या करता है? पानी जो पंप किया जाता है फ्रॉम द टैंक दैट गोज़ अप, दैट इज़ कैरिड आउट बाय one pipeline, and it reaches the overhead tank. So when you want that water from overhead tank, you open up the tap and water comes out from the outlet through the another pipeline. So such type of arrangement could be found, or you can say can be found in stems of a plant, which carries waters and minerals from roots to the different parts of the plant, and after the leaves prepare food, the food is again transported from leaves to the different parts of the plant. So they form a continuous path or passage for the nutrients to reach the leaf, and they are called vessels. What these pipelines are called? They are considered as vessels. You will learn more about transport of minerals in plants in chapter 11. Now children, the process of preparing food by plants is considered as, or is called, photosynthesis. Let's see how the plants prepare food. The leaves, which are considered to be kitchen of the plant, they have green pigments, green color pigments in them, and they are called chlorophyll. What this chlorophyll do? It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. What happens? What do the chlorophyll do? It gets activated when sunlight falls on them and it captures the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to synthesize. Synthesize means prepare. What does synthesize mean? Synthesize means prepare food from carbon dioxide. So, when the sunlight falls on green leaves, the green color pigment, which are called chlorophyll, it captures the energy of the sunlight and it helps you preparing the food or synthesizing the food. What helps? Not the chlorophyll but the energy which is captured by chlorophyll from sunlight is used to synthesize or prepare food. And obviously carbon dioxide and water is also required to prepare the food. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. What is it called? It's called photosynthesis because if you break the word into two parts, photo means light and synthesis means to prepare. Okay, so chlorophyll, which is present in leaves, capture the energy of the sunlight and with the help of carbon dioxide and water, it prepares food, it synthesizes food, and this process is called photosynthesis. So, a leaf needs sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. Above all, chlorophyll is must for the process of photosynthesis. It is a unique process on the earth. The solar energy is captured by the leaves and stored in the plants in the form of food. So this is how the food is prepared and it is stored in the leaves. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. So which is the ultimate source of energy? Sun. Directly or indirectly, every living organisms are dependent on sun. So it is considered to be the ultimate source of energy. Now children, if plants do not carry out photosynthesis, then what will happen? As all living organisms directly or indirectly are dependent upon the food made by plants, there will be crisis arised due to the absence of photosynthesis. Other living organisms will find it difficult to survive, especially the herbivorous plants, herbivorous animals. They will start dying or it will become difficult for their survival. If it becomes difficult for their survival, then the living organisms, that is the carnivorous, which are or who are dependent on the herbivorous animals, they will find it difficult to survive. Like this, all living organisms living on earth will be in danger because of the absence of photosynthesis. Not only this, during photosynthesis, plants produce oxygen. As I had explained you earlier, that another essential object for the survival of all living organism, which is oxygen, is produced during photosynthesis. In the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible on the earth. Photosynthesis, which is carried out by plant, is very much essential for the existence or survival of other living organisms which are directly or indirectly dependent on plants. During photosynthesis, chlorophyll containing cells of leaves in the presence of sunlight use carbon dioxide and water to synthesize carbohydrates, and the process can be presented in an equation. This is the equation which I was talking about in the previous part of this, or in the previous page while I was explaining you photosynthesis: carbon dioxide plus water, sunlight and chlorophyll. Chlorophyll gets activated or releases energy or captures energy from sunlight, and that energy is used to react this carbon dioxide and water. And what is the product after the reaction? Or you can see carbohydrate plus oxygen. Carbohydrate is stored in the leaves, which is food. Partially it is transported to different parts of the plant, and rest it is stored in the leaves, and oxygen which is produced is transmitted out through the stomata or the tiny pores present in the leaves. This oxygen which is given out from the pores of the leaves by the plants is utilized by living creatures, other living organisms throughout the daytime, because plants carry out photosynthesis during daytime, so it releases oxygen which is helpful for the survival of other living organisms and plants. Now a question should arise among you, then when do plants respire? They carry out respiration during night time, because during daytime they cannot carry out both. Both the gases cannot be exchanged together. When they take in carbon dioxide, they can give out oxygen. They don't take in oxygen and carbon dioxide at the same time. So during daytime they take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen, because during daytime they carry out photosynthesis, and during the night time they carry out respiration. That time they give away carbon dioxide and they take in oxygen, and that is the most important thing, or that is the reason why we are told not to take rest under the tree during the night time. Okay, this is one of the tip I am giving you. This you should be aware: during the night time you should not be present under the tree, because they carry out respiration and they give out carbon dioxide during that process. Now look here, look at this picture, section of a leaf. When a thin layer of leaf is scraped out, you can see this type of structure, and not through the naked eyes. You have to put this scrapped lining of the leaf under the microscope, and you have to arrange it, and then you can see this type of structure. The dotted parts, they are chlorophyll. These are the guard cells, and you can see intercellular gap or space, and these are pores. The space between the two guard cells, they form pore, and these pores are called stomatas. Okay, and through these pores gases are exchanged. Carbon dioxide enters through these pores, and even this guard cells helps in the transpiration of excess amount of water present in the leaves or plants. Understood? And that is the reason during the daytime when you stand under the tree, you can feel the surrounding is cool enough, pleasant and cool, because it releases water, and that process is called transpiration. So today children will do till this process, photosynthesis in plants, up till here. Now today's words, difficult words which we have come across: one, stomata; second, guard cells. These you are going to copy down in your classwork notebook, and this will be and the homework will be to write down these words. Then green pigment, chlorophyll, photosynthesis, ultimate, then another homework, these are the words, and another homework is you have to draw diagram of photosynthesis diagram, which will be depicting photosynthesis. Okay, and figure 1.3 diagram showing photosynthesis, you have to draw it in your classwork notebook. Similarly, 2 more figures I am giving you. Your section of leaf, which gives a description about chlorophyll, guard cells and stomata, and a close look of stomata is given in this figure. So you can see figure 1.2, you will exclude leaf, but you will go for B and C. You will draw this figure and this one, that is section of a leaf and stomata, close look of a stomata. So which are the figures you have to draw? One, figure showing or diagram showing photosynthesis in plants. Then secondly, the other two, that is section of a leaf and stomata. So for today, this much. Now I'll come up with the iodine test, that is how to check the presence of starch in leaf with the help of iodine, that we are going to do in the next video. Till then, goodbye.